Hey, good morning, gamers. Welcome to the
Hello.
Gamers Roast podcast. I'm your host, Joshua J. Alongside me, Wesley Lance.
Hello. Sorry,
Today is May
I was
9th.
I was grooving to the every time we have that countdown, I can't help but sing Have we told people that the song has words?
I don't know.
Okay,
But
so
yes,
to
it does.
anybody so to anybody who doesn't know, our theme song is Man Out of Town by Forget the Whale. I link it in the description every week. We chose that song without knowing that it has a version with words, and it's really catchy. And I sent it to Josh one time, and ever since then, we both just start singing it every single time. So yeah, if you haven't looked it up, it's pretty cool.
It's definitely interesting. It works. I mean,
What do
I
you mean it
like the
works?
words. Well, like I like the words. Like it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not bad.
the
It's
al- the
catchy.
album the album cover's a little weird, but
I don't think I've looked at it.
the full album cover is a little. If you can find the single, find the single. The full album cover is a little. I don't know. I just like the kind of the bluesy sort of feel to it, though.
Right.
I like how
Well,
my wall
yes.
looks like it's glowing too because of the sunlight. It looks like I have a cool LED strip, even though it's just the sun. Uh,
Tis the sun. Today's May 9th, though.
it is.
Yesterday was Mother's Day.
Yay!
So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, including my wife, Carly. Happy Mother's Day.
All the moms
I
that
know
are
it's a day late,
watching
but
the
hey, we don't do
gaming coffee
shows.
podcast.
You never know. You never
That's
know.
true. You know what? Heaven forbid that I stereotype our audience in that way.
Well, and hey, it's a reminder for all those people that forgot anything for Mother's Day to be like, hey, sorry it's late. Happy Mother's Day. The gift came in late. So sorry. Like,
Yeah, you guys have an excuse because everything is shipping late now. So use it.
yeah. I mean, the
Take
gift I got for
advantage.
my wife is coming in tomorrow. So,
Oof.
but, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Gamers Podcast. Here we go.
Here we go. I'm in such a better
It's
mood than I was. Oh, hey, Zeal.
don't
Hey,
label me.
I'm sorry.
What's up, Zio?
Happy Mother's Day, Zeal.
Thanks for sticking around, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a long week. It's been a long couple weeks with the moving and
Yeah.
everything like that. I'm moving literally this week.
Oof.
To hopefully an apartment. We'll find out. But yeah, so loading up our U-Haul on Friday night, Saturday morning. Don't know really what the weekend, right? So
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of stuff and totally forgot to give you the coffee. But you do have a coffee of your own.
I have a coffee that you bought last week because that's what I thought we were doing this week, and then you bought a different
No,
coffee because your wife drank
that's
the other one.
if you saw the message, I said, hey, we have this
Oh
one,
yeah,
and then
I saw that you bought that one. I was like, oh, okay, we've got a coffee for next week. I didn't think that was the one we were doing today.
yeah, surprise.
Yeah. So we're gonna have two different coffees today. Also, I apologized. Last week I was not in a good mood, so if the energy felt weird, I was having an existential crisis that had lasted literally until yesterday. Um,
Well,
Today's the first time that I felt okay all week, so that's fun. Uh,
well, hey, perfect day for the podcast.
yeah, I'll take
Um,
it.
Look, everybody has those days, right? I've been having
It was
that
a
for
week,
the past
but
few weeks.
yes.
So, well, yeah, I feel it though. I feel it. Stress is a part of life when you become an adult, but that's what's fun about this place is you can come here and just
I'm
kind of
okay with that
hopefully
now.
let that just drift away.
You look like you were like Khalil from It's Michaela.
Double the caffeine.
I don't know if anybody listening has. I mean, I've mentioned Michaela several times. She's my girlfriend. She's actually joining us live. I mean, sort of.
Woo!
She's in the chat,
Well,
but
chat.
our special guest Michaela via the
I was
chat.
like looking down at the side for a camera pop up. I was like, oh wait, what?
No, I
Um,
don't know that she would want to actually be on the stream. Maybe I don't know.
so I have a iced latte chilled. Again, it's going to be mirrored, so just read backwards. But yeah, 15% more.
Oh, mine's
And
mirrored. 1 second.
I got this from the dollar store.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
making pancakes.
So dollar
Sorry.
coffee. Ooh, pancakes
Okay.
would go great with coffee. It always does. Pancakes
hmm
with little peanut butter on top.
I'm
Delicious.
not a huge. Well, okay. Weird. I'm just gonna get off on all the tangents because we don't have a lot of news to talk about, so we got to fill time. No,
Yo, wait, hold
I
up.
just
So
came
you're
in the
gonna have
mood.
a lot of what?
We don't have a lot of news to talk about, so
It
we got to
sounds like
fill
you said
time.
nudes, and I was like,
No, no, we did that
we should
one
have
story,
none.
and I felt so bad, and we're not doing any more like that. I thought I hated peanut butter, it turns out I don't like what is classically called peanut butter at the grocery store, which is actually just peanuts with like a crap ton of sugar thrown in. Because I bought this natural peanut butter that is literally just ground up peanuts, and I like that. I like the way that stuff tastes. So weird, yeah. Peanut butter has so much sugar in it. If you look at the ingredients, it's redonkulous.
I don't look at any ingredients on anything I eat because it makes me sad.
I did a Daniel's fast for 10 days, so I had to look at all the ingredients. And let me tell you, the amount of stuff we buy that just has sugar in it, because you can't have any sugar on the Daniel's fast, none at all. And it's just sugar in everything. I bought hummus, and it had sugar in it. Like, how it's
You're like, I got water,
coffee.
bottled water, and it said sugar. Went to the water fountain, said may contain sugar.
May contain sugar. No, it probably contains some caffeine though, because we dump our coffee grounds into the water supply. Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
So, but yeah, so
Anyway.
dollar coffee.
Yeah,
Yours
and I've
is
got
like
slightly more than $1 coffee. It's
yeah, it's like
simply
$2.50.
Simple Truth Organic Nitro Cold Brew Black Arabica Coffee, nitrogen infused, frothy, creamy foam.
Yeah, so Carly started drinking that, and then Chase also started drinking it last week. So, do you want me to tell you what they said, or you want to try it first, and then I'll explain what they
No,
said?
I wanna try. My favorite thing is it says right here, shake gently to activate. So I don't know what on earth is in this thing. I'm gonna
Don't
open
get
it, and it's gonna be one of those snakes in a can. It's just gonna.
Also, my setup today is so jacked up.
It just hissed at me. I think I activated it. What is in here? Oh my. Okay. No, your setup looks fine. All right, so we're gonna give 2 different ratings, I guess. Here goes nothing.
Oof.
This is actually pretty good.
Wait, really?
Surprisingly. Yeah.
They thought it tasted like just nasty, dirty water.
Okay, well now that you mentioned that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
Does it taste like
no.
water or just?
It's a little weak. It's not super bitter though. The only thing I don't like about it is it's sour, but that's because of the nitrogen. Because Starbucks Nitro Cold Brew tastes like this.
Oh, so they probably just didn't like the sour.
It's the nitrogen. Yeah. The nitrogen gives a weird flavor to coffee. It gives it a weird sour flavor. I am trying to decide if I like this better than the Nitro Cold Brew at Starbucks.
Oh man, you
How's
probably like it
yours?
better than this.
Is
It's
that bad?
it tastes like you woke up at a Motel 6, went down to get their coffee, and dumped too many creamer packets in it. You know, like you're like, oh,
Nasty.
creamer, and then you were like, taste it. You're like, this is bad. So you put more creamer in it. Tastes still bad. Put more creamer in it. And then you're like, I'm just drinking creamer, and it's bad. So for
Well, yeah.
$1.25, I would prefer it if it didn't have the 15% more. That makes it worse actually for me because now I have
Because
to
you have
drink
to
more of
endure
it.
more of it.
So that's never a good sign when you decide you don't want more. More is not always better, and in this case, it's definitely not better.
Yeah.
Whew.
I would say this isn't quite as bold as the Starbucks Nitro Cold Brew, which is kind of like the standard for that's what most people know as a Nitro Cold Brew. But
Right.
you don't well, I don't know how much this cost, but it's fair trade certified, which is more than I can say for Starbucks. I don't know. I actually haven't looked at Starbucks' trading policies, but it's not bad. It's not great. It's very smooth. I will say that. There's not a lot of bitterness to it. The sourness is what does it for me. So, okay, hold it. I'm going to do our thing here again. No, it's not letting me what? Sometimes it doesn't let me share just the Gamer's Roast scale. Maybe it has to be open like that. Yep, there it goes. Now it's letting me. All right. For me, man.
Well, let's do mine first since it'll be easy.
Yeah.
Let's go with a 2 for the iced latte chill coffee drink.
That bad?
So yeah, let's call it. It's Victor Allen's coffee. So we'll just say Victor Allen's.
Allen's Iced Latte?
Yep.
Wow. Oof, that's harsh.
My first 2.
Yeah, that is your first 2. What's hard about this is it's not it's not bad, but I don't know that I would buy it again. But I don't know that that's the coffee's fault. I think it's the fact that I don't like nitrogen coffee. Um, hmm.
Yeah, but these are your ratings, not the world's. Like,
The Gold Coffee Company. Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna put it at the. I'm gonna I actually like it better than the flavor than the Death Wish. I'm gonna put it in the middle of my 5.5s.
wow.
It's not bad. Simple
See,
Truth,
for
Nitro.
Carly and Chase, I asked them what they would rate it. They said they'd rate it at a 1 to a 0.5.
Oh, it's not nearly that bad. I actually like the way the coffee tastes. The actual coffee flavor is not bad. Could be a little bolder. I think this would be really good. I'm not going to drink the whole thing tonight. I'll probably mix it with a little oat milk and sugar tomorrow with
Right.
whatever I have for breakfast. And I think that'll be a little bit better. But not a huge fan of the nitrogen. So be that as it may.
Well, there's our ratings. Not much to say about them. We'll get back into the nicer coffees here soon. I just have not had time to look for literally anything. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I see a new coffee. I just pick it up. Like, I
We've got to
apologize.
figure out. We really got to figure out how we're going to do that after you move. Might always be doing different coffees.
That's true.
Oh, we
True.
do need another
No,
Aldi
we
coffee.
don't need. No, we don't. We don't need
They
another.
make other ones.
I
Barissimo
nope.
makes other flavors.
I don't want to keep putting 0.5s and 0.25s on things because they
We
suck
need
so bad.
we
Like,
need
no,
point
no.
0.5. We need some stronger clickbait reactions, Josh. We need to post some thumbnails to YouTube with us holding up the can and us going,
Yeah,
"Ow!" I
we
just
should do
swallowed
that
my
with good
microphone.
ones. Holding up a mug and being like, "Oh," and being like, "This is like the 10, the first 10. We got the 10."
Yeah,
I
but
want
you know
more
how much a 10
avocado
is going to
coffee.
cost us?
The avocados were right there.
It was up there. That's true. I need to
I
buy
actually
some
got
more
to
of that.
reference someone. So someone on on Facebook said, "Man, the Kayakopie coffee was a little underwhelming," and I was like, "Oh, you tried it?" And they're like, "Yes, I did." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So then I would like just was like explaining everything to him and talking about the 3 avocados. So now he's gonna go get 3 avocado coffee to try that.
I actually recommended 3 avocados to somebody on Saturday.
Hey,
Yeah, I was at a tech area tech leaders meeting, and we were talking about coffee, and I mentioned that 3 avocados was like one of the best bang for your buck coffees I've ever had.
yep. So hey, man, that's right up there, man. Everybody gotta go get that.
I
Everybody
need to
gotta.
buy some more. I don't make coffee in my apartment anymore. That's a problem.
Oh, say it. Say it.
Yeah.
I have been drinking less coffee. I still have a thing of coffee every morning, but I've been drinking less now that I haven't been working. Um,
Oh yeah.
I've been just packing up the house. So, but anyway, let's hop into the roast of the week real quick. This
Yeah.
one's
So
easy
you
to find.
actually found the roast of the week. Um, this is we're looking to the BBC today because I like reading from
Different
the
type of
BBC.
drug.
Yeah, I like reading from the BBC because it gives me an excuse to read in a British accent. I'm not actually going to do it. Uh,
Oh man, you should.
Would you want me to read the whole thing in a British accent?
Just do the first few sentences.
Just do the first few seconds. I'm going to insult anybody from Britain. I actually have no idea how if my British accent is bad or not. So we'll find out. The BBC.com. Cocaine found in coffee sent to Nespresso plant. Uh, Swiss police say they have seized 500 kilograms of cocaine from a shipment of coffee that was sent to an Nespresso factory. Workers at the plant in Remake alerted the authorities after finding white powder in sacks of coffee beans. Police later found more of the drug in 5 shipping containers. An initial investigation suggested that the shipment had come from Brazil. An Nespresso statement said production of coffee capsules at the plant had not been contaminated by the drug. Quote, "We want to reassure consumers that all our products are safe to consume," unquote, the coffee company said. The seized cocaine was 80% pure and had an estimated street value of nearly £50 million, $53 million. Quote, "It's definitely a big seizure for the canton of Freiburg, one can say an extraordinary catch," unquote, said Mark Andre, head of security for the region. The cocaine was probably destined for the European market, police said. And that's the whole thing. I did the whole thing in a British accent.
Hey, it worked. You did
I
good. You did
wanted
good. You did good.
I should be because I'm doing Sense and Sensibility this summer, so I'm going to have to do a British accent. Um, I wanted when I first saw this, I wanted to roast Nespresso just because Nestle is one of my like top 10 evil companies. Like I really don't like Nestle. They're like, no, Nestle's messed up. Uh it doesn't sound like this is Nestle's fault though. I don't know who to roast. I just thought the story is just kind of funny. Like How are they trying to smuggle cocaine through Nespresso? Is somebody at Nespresso trying to smuggle cocaine in coffee beans? Also, if the white powder is in with the coffee, how is that not contaminated the coffee? Was it
I don't know,
just
man, but I
loose?
think we need to I think we need to try that coffee and give it a shot.
This, you know what?
I
It would not surprise me if Nestle like laced their stuff with cocaine to get people addicted. At this point, what a
Yep.
it's a bad
I
place,
think I
man.
keep thinking of that commercial. It's where it's like, "That's why I love Nestle's Crunch."
I've never seen these commercials.
It's
People
actually
keep
got
talking. So
cocaine in it now.
I keep asking people if they've seen that. Wait, no, this would explain the latest Crunch commercials. Have you seen the latest Crunch commercials?
Yes, I
They're
have. Yes, I
creepy.
have. You
Those
should.
people look like they are on drugs.
Well, hey, dude, could you
You
imagine
know
drinking
what?
that coffee? It's like, man, coffee's actually doing things for me. Oh my gosh, I need another cup of
You've
coffee.
been
It's like, what's going
addicted
on,
your whole
dude?
life and you have some espresso and it sends you on an actual high. You're like, what is this? This has never happened before.
Like, what's going on? I hear signs. It's like, what? Wait, you hear what? It's like, yep.
I
It's like,
actually don't know
okay.
what the side effects of cocaine are, and I'm not going to look it up because I don't want to be on an FBI watch list.
I mean, I'm already probably on a lot of watch lists, but
That's, yeah, probably too. Yeah, I just, it's also weird. Yeah, so it says it was hit. So maybe it was, no, it says it was in sacks of coffee beans. I'm wondering if the cocaine was like in separate, it had to be in separate bags. There's no way it was just loose there. The haul, there's a picture of it. You'll see if you guys are listening later or watching the VOD on YouTube, they'll put a link here. There's the picture that the BBC has. There's just so much. Which I mean, it was 50 million pounds, so that's a lot. But either
dude,
way,
like,
somebody at Nespresso done messed up.
yeah, big time. Like, could you imagine though, like just getting like going and buying your little can of Nestle and going home and opening it up and just being like, what's that? And just realizing, or worse yet, it's kind of mixing at the bottom. So you scoop a few grounds in there, make your coffee, and you're in a hurry. And then you go back and look at it, and you're like, I just did, now I don't know much about drugs. Can that actually
Okay.
get into your system if you drink a cup of cocaine? Like, can you drink coke? Can you brew cocaine? Can you brew it? I don't think you can brew cocaine. Like,
Well,
I
I
think you
mean,
have to
yeah,
snort
no, no, because Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in it. That's why
well,
it's called
that's true.
Coca-Cola. So you
That's true.
definitely can drink it and have an effect. In fact, before it was outlawed in the US, people used it as a painkiller. You took it like Advil. You would go down to the drugstore and buy cocaine tablets that you would just eat. So absolutely, yes. The reason people snort it is because it gets in your bloodstream faster because the lining of your nose is so sensitive.
Got you.
Oh,
Dang. Well, back in 2008, they did a survey where, and they said coffee actually the scientists found out that coffee actually works just like cocaine. So, I guess if you're gonna mix it, there you go.
okay.
Mix it
Well,
with
that makes me
coffee.
rethink drinking coffee a little bit.
Well, it's like you gotta drink probably a lot of coffee to get the effects of cocaine.
Probably, yes.
Just like Zeal said, the natives used to chew it, or chew the leaf. So yeah, I mean, hey, but here, see, my thing is this: is unprocessed cocaine, so like just chewing the leaves, the
Yes.
same as processing cocaine?
It's probably less concentrated, I assume.
Exactly. So it's not bad.
I don't know about that. See, the problem is we have weird law, like we have weird things about drugs. Like we're like, this drug is okay, this drug is not. Like caffeine is also a drug. We're okay with caffeine. We're okay with alcohol. Less so now, but the government is still okay with tobacco. Tobacco is still legal. But
Right.
like cocaine and marijuana, although marijuana is slowly moving away from being kind of taboo, more and more people are okay with that. But like
Right.
I don't
So
I don't know where the line is as to like why we like make laws around some drugs and not others. I don't know if it's the
I guess.
addictiveness. I don't know if it's the
Well,
effects. Like clearly there are reasons that meth is outlawed because like you will go nuts. So I'm not.
I was gonna say
None of this is me saying drugs is okay.
maybe I was gonna say maybe if it's like if the drug makes you shoot someone and like totally if it makes you kill people, then it's bad. But alcohol makes people kill people. Drunk
was gonna say
drivers
drunk
hit people
driving.
all the time. Abusive people that drink.
Yeah.
So it's one of the, I mean, and I'm not saying everyone that drinks is like, don't misunderstand that, but there is like this thing where, like you're saying, we draw lines of like, okay, this one's not. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just say to heck with it. Let's just do cocaine.
Wow.
Next week on Gamers Roast Podcast, we try cocaine. Can we play
Next
through
week,
Elden
next
Ring
week on the
after being on cocaine?
Gamers Roast podcast, Karl Marx was right. Anyway, cocaine and communism.
Cocaine.
That's our spinoff podcast. Coke and
We do,
communism.
yeah, Coke and communism. Try a
God.
different. We try a different type of cocaine every time. Like, I don't know. Like,
And we
different
set up a
variety.
simulation of a communist state, and we see how it turns out.
Gosh,
What is happening?
I don't know. Michaela said tobacco products have a huge tax on them, so probably part of why it's okay. That's true.
So why
That's
don't we
true.
just tax cocaine?
Robert just said, let's just do cocaine. Josh, 8:13 p.m., 5/9/2022.
Yeah, rip all the people that are coming in late today. We were
Oh,
talking about
gosh.
coffee.
Which is apparently the same thing scientists say back in 2008.
It has the same effect, probably. It probably stimulates the same parts of the brain that caffeine does, just to a greater extent.
Oh, yeah. Cocaine is just like the better version of coffee.
The more effective version of coffee.
I stand
I'm
by
not
what I
going to
said.
call it cocunism.
Oh, man.
Michaela is calling it cocunism now.
You can definitely tell that we don't have a bunch of news for video games.
We got nothing. We're honestly though, it's kind of nice to just goof off a little bit rather than trying to rush through everything after the week I've had.
Yeah, it's definitely different. So, but yeah, I don't know. I say it like, we'll have a communism Coke spin-off of the show, and kind of like the it could, well, we could work this into a episode of Hell Buddies, that TV show we were
Oh
gonna make.
gosh. Do we have to explain that now too?
No, we'll have to explain that a different time. Anyway, it's a show I'm trying
Okay.
to make, but anyway. You guys will see it when it comes out,
Yeah.
Probably be ranked up there with South Park and Family Guy.
Seth MacFarlane hit us up.
Yeah, yeah. He would be great at
Seth
making a show like
MacFarlane would do that show. You know
that.
he would.
It'd be amazing. Oh my gosh. Man, now I want to do it. Anyway, we do need to get on to a little bit of gaming news real quick.
Just something.
Xbox had a uh-oh last weekend.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Tinky.
Or well, the past, I guess it would just like 2 days ago type thing. Just fixed it today, right? They just fixed it.
Was it today that they fixed it? Sorry, I
I'm not
accidentally
sure.
closed the article. Start reading while I try to open it back up.
So I don't actually have the article open because my computer freezes a lot. But
My dude.
essentially, Xbox went down for all digital games. You could not play a digital game over
Okay.
the weekend.
So
And that sucks for everyone that had Series S's because
yeah.
digital only.
So what's weird is I actually was affected by this. I was Michaela and her friend came over, and I was just I wanted to show them a couple games that I had on my Series S. So I have like Taiko no, I forgot the name. Taiko no Tendetsu. I don't know. It's a Japanese rhythm game. Absolutely insane. I have it installed from Game Pass, and we played that just fine. But I tried to show them Katamari Damacy, which I needed to use Cloud Play, and Cloud Play wouldn't work. So I knew something was wrong for what it was. And then I checked that Xbox was down. So I could play my Game Pass games. I was able to play Taiko no Tendutsen, but I
Really?
couldn't play Katamari.
Huh. I mean, I wasn't on it all this weekend. I've been
Mhm.
getting everything ready in south of Indy area, so I was out of town and at my sister-in-law's graduation. But I didn't know anything about it. I saw it on the news today and I was like, oh gosh. But well,
Wait. Your sister-in-law?
yes.
Oh, like Carly's sister. Sorry.
Yes.
I was like, you don't have any. Wait. I got really confused for a second.
I had a secret brother.
Yeah.
Don't talk about him. But no, but yeah, no, so I got back and I saw the Xbox was like, "Hey, we're back, everyone," and I was like, "Oh, you were gone."
Yeah,
So
no, they were. I couldn't cloud game, but apparently some people couldn't play games that they had installed because the DRM couldn't check, which is
that's
terrible
crazy.
if you've got a Series S because that's all you there's part of me that regrets going with the Series S. Maybe I should have just ponied up the extra 200 and gotten the X, but
Yeah, I mean, but you could
here
always
we
do
are
that
again.
later. I mean, you could sell your Series S whenever you want to for 250, and you were out $50. That's not a huge
That's
loss.
true. Yeah.
So, Michaela did say though that Hell Buddies needed at least an entire episode. I said I totally agree. Episode 1 hashtag, or I said quote Hitler moves in. So
People are going to be so confused. They have no idea the conceit of this show. They're just getting
long
little.
long story short, Hell Buddies is a TV show where the devil, hell is actually an apartment complex, or just an apartment building, and so Hitler and Stalin share a room, room number 666, and they are in hell, like, but it's an apartment. So
And that's
almost like think of like Friends, but hell, and so like
fiends.
fiends. Oh gosh. But that's the whole basis of the show. It's super dark.
It's
Everything in that
just
show will
as
be very
insane
dark.
as it sounds.
Whatever religion you are a part of is going to get bashed, including mine, Christianity. That's just how it would have to go. You'd have to be. This would be a show where you don't pull punches. Like, and no, you are so offensive that everyone can't be offended because everyone should be offended.
That's like how South Park is.
Yeah, it'd be similar.
I
So,
actually have
or
wanted to watch.
opposites in a good place. Yeah,
I've actually
pretty
wanted
much
to watch
opposite.
The Good Place.
Well, I won't spoil that for you then.
No, it's already been spoiled. I know the big plot twist, but I still want to see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was on a flight one time and they had season 2, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I thought it was like Friends, like you could just like open up an episode." And I started season episode 1 of season 2, and they were just like, "Here's what happened at last season." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I
You're like,
guess I never need to watch
oh
this
my,
show now."
oh man. So yeah, that's the premise of Hell Buddies. It opens up with, I don't know if I should go into it too much.
No, dude, we've already spent 25 minutes talking about why cocaine should be legal. Let's not get ourselves into more trouble.
Well, no, we didn't say it should be
No,
legal.
we didn't. But people are going to take
One
that
might
away.
one might take away that we were
One might
on that
insinuate by reading between the lines, perhaps.
track.
It's not what we mean, but
It's
meaning
not
is
what we
not
mean, but
meaning is not in the eye of the beholder. I'm falling
exactly.
over. Anyway,
Moving on though, EA gets back into Lord of the Rings games. So yep,
with a
hopping right back
mobile
on that.
game,
I know it's by Eddie
it's a mobile game.
Makuch. Makuch.
Makic.
Makuch. I don't
Makic.
Makic. I don't. Thanks.
Eddie Makic.
Woo! Electronic Arts is getting back in the business of Lord of the Rings video games, announcing a partnership today with Middle-earth Enterprises for a new mobile title. EA's Capital Games, the studio behind the billion-dollar Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, is developing a free-to-play title called Lord of the Rings: Heroes of Middle-earth. It is a collectible oh my gosh. It is a collectible role-playing game that aims to offer a quote strategic social competitive experience, end quote. EA Mobile executive Boyle, first name too hard to pronounce, said in a statement that Heroes of Middle Earth
Malachi.
will Malachi? Is that Malachi?
That's
I just read.
Malachi.
Okay, look back over the top name where it says Moloch, and it looks similar. So I just things brain didn't work. So anyway, Malachi Boyle said in
Malachi
a
Boyle.
statement that Heroes of Middle Earth will include high fidelity graphics, cinematic animations, and stylized art. The game will feature a fan favorite Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit characters, though none were named outright. Middle Earth Enterprises executive Frederica Throtos
Drotos.
said, quote, "We are thrilled to be working with EA once again, this time to bring a mobile game solely inspired by Middle Earth," end quote. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I think that it could be pretty good. Um, I mobile titles have become good. Like they're getting a lot better. They're moving in a direction where if someone says, "Hey, I play mobile games," I'd be like, "Okay, which ones? Like, what are you talking about?" Before it was just like Clash of Clans, which I'm not bashing on Clash of Clans, Robert. I know you love that game, but I'm
Don't
just
you
saying like
bash the Clash?
it was just like strategy top-down view games, like just
A
very
lot of idle
generic, very
games.
basic. Yeah, and so it wasn't anything crazy. But with the way we're coming out with our phones now, the fact that Game Pass has a way to play on your phone, which I've played Elden Ring on my phone. So get this. I beat a boss in Elden Ring, a pretty difficult boss, mind you, while I was sitting on the toilet on my phone. So I'm just putting it out there, you know.
Weird flex, but
And
okay.
I was like, the world is complete. I can play Elden Ring on the toilet. I can be playing on my TV and have to go somewhere, right? Or be be at a friend's house or whatever, and I'm like, man, I really want to beat that boss. I have to poop, so two birds with one stone. Get it done. There you go. No time
The,
wasted.
the
You know,
ultimate multitask.
I mean, imagine how much time you wasted pooping and reading shampoo bottles before the fact of Game Pass on a phone, right? Like,
I mean, oh man, reading shampoo bottles and you just unlocked a childhood memory. Oh, that was awful.
that's when I did read ingredients, and I'm like, huh, I don't know what any of these words mean, but it must be good for me. It's in soap.
It's in
So,
soap. They could put arsenic in soap and we would still buy it.
So what was it, like what?
Arsenic. They could put arsenic in
Oh,
soap and we would still buy it.
well, yeah, that's true. I mean, we
And
need
you know the
soap.
stupid thing is they could still call it all natural because arsenic is a natural compound.
True.
Anyway, sorry. Wes is Wes is on his anti-corporation rant today. Uh,
But no, like, so mobile games really do. They have really come a long way. Like our
yeah.
phones are capable of playing so much more than they used to be.
Then why
So
do people keep making crappy like idle gotcha games?
because it's easy and they still can get money from it.
Yeah.
So so I'm hoping that this is one that's actually pretty fun. I think that one thing that has to happen is creators have to stop looking at a mobile game the same way we look at a mobile game. I feel like that was kind of part of it for a while. The creators were like, "Oh, we're going to create a mobile game. This is what the mold of a mobile game is. Create it." Rather than let's push the boundaries of what a mobile game can be and
Right.
let's expand on it and see what we can do. There was one game that was really cool. It was a mobile game, but it would take days to play. So you would get texts from this person and you were a detective.
Oh wait, no, this
And
isn't the one.
so like you were trying to figure out what's going on and you're talking with your client via text and they're sending you pictures and information and things like that, and you have to figure out and text back to this game and figure out how to solve this murder. And it was really
Yeah.
interesting.
I played a game just like that. It was called Lifeline, and you're texting this astronaut that's stranded on another planet. And it's like a choose your own adventure. You have to get them off the planet. And like they can end up
That's so
dying
cool.
if you tell them the wrong things. But like it happens almost in real time. Like you get a series of texts and they're like, okay, like, and you tell them to like walk to a tower, and they're like, okay, well, that's really far away. Are you sure? And you're like, yeah. And they're like, all right, it's gonna be a couple hours. I'm gonna be a while. And then like 5 hours later, you get another text. They're like, hey, I made it. It was
That's
really
so cool.
innovative. That was really
So
cool.
now did you actually get to text out whatever you wanted?
No, it was preset. It was
Oh, preset
preset
text.
responses.
Got you. Because that would be cool if they could figure out a way to where you could text whatever you want, and they would be able to like respond to it. But like you'd have to set the algorithm where the computer would pick up keywords and no key phrases and
Yeah,
things like that.
that would be so hard to bug test.
It would, but it'd be pretty cool. I mean, you'd have people that would mess around and be like, "Eat poop," and it'd be like, "What?" You
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
So I mean, you'd have to be able to really do something different. But
There was another
um,
game I played that actually
oh,
was it's pretty old.
Zeal said cocaine is all natural. We could put that in soap.
Yeah. Buy our new Gamers Roast shampoo. It's cocaine, arsenic, and lard.
You won't smell good, but you'll feel great.
You won't smell good. It won't clean you. You might die,
But
but
boy,
you will
will
go
you
out
be
with a
happy.
bang.
You man, you'll get cleaned up. You'll hop out of that shower ready to face the day. Ready to face that, and or
And you know
death.
why? Because your day will only last 20 minutes.
You're like, woo!
You fall over, have a heart attack. Gosh.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy. Michaela, the Middle Ages called. They'd like their shampoo back. Stop it. That can be our market. It can all be medieval themed. Josh, we could sell this.
I mean, you can sell it to LARPers. You could, which is live action role play for those who don't know what that is. But then you could also sell it to. I don't know if you've actually seen. They have a place, I think in Chicago or Indy, that you can train, but it's literally medieval fighting. You get dressed up in all the armor, and then they have blunt weapons, but you can have an axe, a maul, swords, all that stuff. And I saw this dude.
Zeal,
He
what is
ran
that?
up.
Oh no to? Zeal
I
just
don't
said, "Oh
know.
no!" Ellipse.
But he ran up and he hit the dude in the face, like in his helmet with the thing, and he staggered him. And then he hit him like right here with the axe, and the dude just dropped and knocked him out. Just boom, he's gone out. And I was like, woo. Carly's like, can that kill someone? I'm like, well, I mean, football could, technically, boxing could. I mean, it's like that sport. Like it's, you know, so
I don't like. Yes, football and boxing could kill you, but there's a distinct difference between getting punched by a heavyweight and hit in the neck with an axe. I don't care if the axe is blunt.
I would take getting hit with a blunt axe right here with armor on than getting punched in the face by Mike Tyson.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fair.
I'm
If
just
I did, if
saying,
I
like,
if I had to choose a sport, I'd choose the one that lets me wear a metal suit. That's fair.
exactly. unless Mike Tyson lets me wear a helmet, but even then, oh man, dude,
Even
I feel like
then,
it would just like the metal would then break my face. Like
yeah.
he'd punch the metal into my face. It'd be a permanent face
Granted,
mask.
if you're a boxer, you're not going to just be facing off against Mike Tyson also being a heavyweight champion yourself. Like most of the time, you're going to be facing somebody in your own weight class with about the same punching
That's
power
true.
as you. So
That's like I guess
let would you
I
like to
still
face Mike Tyson in that medieval, like, do you want to get hit by Mike Tyson with a blunt axe? See,
I
there's a
don't
problem.
know. I don't know.
Really, you
Let us
just
know.
don't want to fight Mike Tyson, which is
Let us know in
not
the
a
comments.
stupid thing.
Would
That's
you
a
rather
good
be
belief to have.
yeah? Would you rather be decked by Mike Tyson or just hit with a blunt
Or
axe with
hit with
armor
an
on?
axe while wearing armor by Mike Tyson.
Or I guess you could say one of the world's best medieval fighters.
Yeah.
So I don't know who that would be.
I'm
We don't
just
know. I mean, I don't
imagining,
follow the
sorry.
sport.
I'm just imagining the little, like, he's like Mike Tyson's wearing the whole armor thing, and the little flap on the helmet comes up, and you just hear like, "I'm gonna kill you!
You sounded like Mario. It's me.
It's a me, Mario!" Have you
Just
ever heard
smack.
Mike Tyson talk? He has a very high
Yes,
voice.
he does. He does. Um, gosh, man, I would like to watch that sport though. But could you imagine someone dressing up like Legolas or like any of the hobbits and running out there with like and being like for medieval fighting,
Yes,
making
I'm
it Lord of the
imagining
Rings
Frodo
style?
Baggins, all 3'5" of Frodo Baggins, riding out on a pony to face the Dark Lord Sauron.
Oh my gosh, that'd be funny. I mean, it would be funny to watch a deal like that.
I don't know that I'd want to watch it if it was real. A reenactment, sure, but like, I don't know. And I've gone to boxing matches, and I'm more comfortable watching that than I am. I don't know. The weapons weird me out.
I think I'd love to be a part of it, man. I'd love to get in there and just have armor on, train. I say I feel like I could like you look at games and like Elden Ring and you have all this armor on, you can dodge and roll. There'd be no dodging and rolling with this
No.
armor. Like you see people like tink,
Yeah.
like
Metal isn't really known for its flexibility.
you try to roll, you just boom.
You fall over, you can't get back up.
Well,
You like
and
dig
that's
a
what's
hole in the
even
dirt trying to like get yourself back up, and you just end up burying
just
yourself.
start burying. He's just up there smacking you with a flail. Just beating the crap out of you. And you're like, can someone ring the bell? Ring the bell. Sorry, we're getting, man. Like I said, there's not much news today. We went through the news. There's a mobile game of Lord of the Rings, and Xbox took a crap over the weekend.
And
So
Nespresso has cocaine in it.
yeah, yep, that was true. I still can't believe that Nestle's coffee had cocaine in it. I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like I'm on cocaine. Like I feel like I'm just
Now I'm just trying to work all of our things into the lyrics if we didn't start the fire. Nestle has cocaine. Xbox doesn't let you play. EA's gotten Lord of the Rings. Da 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 da. We didn't start the fire.
gosh, this world is crazy. There's a lot of things crazy. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the news. What have you been playing though, Wes? Besides the fact you couldn't play over the weekend.
Well, I actually could because I also have my PS4. So I have finally, after like a 3-month hiatus, decided to start back up Final Fantasy VII Remake. And the stupid thing about
Hey,
this game is every single time I start it up, I'm like, why do I stop playing this game? It's so much fun. And it's because I keep getting distracted by other things. So I've been really
feel that.
enjoying getting through. I just finished chapter 12, 14. I don't know. Whatever there's a chapter where you make your way through a train graveyard and there's a bunch of ghosts, and
Ew.
it's really fun. I actually one of the battles got glitched though, so there are these enemies in the game called drakes, and they're like tiny little dragons, and one of them got stuck in the roof of a train and another one got stuck up on a catwalk, and I couldn't reach them because they're so far away, but I was still technically in the battle. So I had to, the one that was in the train, I could reach after on my third swing from Cloud's sword. So I had to like sit there and keep doing swings before he like slammed up and hit the thing. So that was a little annoying. But other than that, it's just a really fun game. I'm finally getting the tactics down and figuring out how to like work all the materia. Like the thing about RPGs that's always frustrated me is like the building of characters and like getting all the equipment that works together. I can't think that way. Trying to figure everything out is just frustrating, but I'm starting to get it with Final Fantasy. There are certain things that are able to work together. I'm getting materia together. I'm really building Aerith into my healer and figuring out ways that I can kind of increase her magic power and ATB meters. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's
I don't
cool.
think cocaine would help. Well, hold it. The treatment for
So
ADHD actually usually sometimes does involve
we have a
stimulants.
we have a question from Zeal. Does cocaine help ADHD? Right back to
I'm
cocaine.
gonna
Um,
I'm gonna look up, does caffeine help with ADHD?
I believe it. I believe it would. I mean, so I think that coffee helps settle people down. Like certain people, like I don't think I have ADHD, but for me, coffee helps me mellow out and chill out and relax.
Yeah.
Wow.
So um so people treat ADHD with amphetamine, not methamphetamine, but like amphetamine, which is a stronger stimulant.
We do
So
crystal
technically,
meth.
technically, since cocaine is a stimulant, it probably would.
It's like man arrested for giving son
The
meth,
more
crystal
you
meth.
know.
It's like, sir, why'd you give your kid crystal meth? He has ADHD. We are supposed to give him meth, amphetamine stuff. I just figured crystal meth was the best route to go. It's like, no, you read it wrong. You read the thing
Why is Larry the Cable Guy giving his children?
because crystal meth is usually an Elkhart area around here. Like it's. I mean,
why do
that's just
people
the
in
people I've
why
seen.
do people in Elkhart sound like they're from Tennessee?
The people like the people I've heard that have been on crystal meth sounded like that. I've not met many of them, but the ones I have met sounded like that. I walked in, saw this beautiful looking girl. Okay, this was back, I don't know, I was 18. Walked into a gas station, beautiful girl. I'm like, what is a beautiful girl like that doing in a gas station like this? I walked up. She went, "How you doing, sweetie?" And she had a black hole in between her front two teeth. I mean, just burned straight through. And me and Jacob went, that's why a pretty girl like that is in a gas station like this. I was just like, man,
That was also the most like creepy Southern gentleman I've ever heard you go. What is a beautiful girl like this doing in a gas station like this? And I was like, easy, Beauregard. Get down to Georgia.
because he
THC has
probably
been
cooks it. Okay, topic change. THC has
Yeah,
shown helpful in
why have we spent so much time? It's a good thing I don't make YouTube thumbnails anymore because it would just be a pile of white powder. That'd be the thumbnail for this episode.
the
Yeah, I
countdown
don't
is just
know,
cocaine.
Michaela. I don't know why we never talk about drugs. You've listened to the episodes. You know this is not normal. And then the one time she tunes in live is the time that we spend the whole time talking about drugs.
Look, there's been nothing else to talk about but drugs, okay? And not
Also,
butt drugs,
yeah,
but like you know what I'm saying.
I'm okay with. She says THC has been shown helpful in treating seizures. Like I'm okay with that. Like that's marijuana is a very less. It's less potent of a drug.
Well,
I still
a
think it's.
lot of medicinal marijuana. So my whole thing, gosh, we got to be careful what we say. Medicinal marijuana. I'm using marijuana in a medical form, in my opinion. Shoot.
I don't think it's any worse than the opiates we give people.
Thanks. I
Honestly,
didn't know if I should say it that way. I didn't know
no,
how to say it,
no.
but
There are
exactly
the
right.
medications that we give people on that. I'm not anti-medicine. I think that we've made wonderful achievements in medicine, but like the opiates we give people do the same thing, and they're just as addictive and dangerous.
There,
In a lot of
I would
ways,
argue worse.
if it's possible to treat something with, and I don't think smoking it is healthy, but there are other ways to administer that chemical. I
Right.
think it's the THC. Um,
Smoking
yeah, it,
anything is bad for your lungs,
yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah, but
But
yeah, I think it's less harmful than a lot of the treatments that we use
but you know
because
the difference.
they're so harsh.
You know the difference, though? We don't have to pay thousands of dollars to pharmacies to continue to take their opioids if we can use the THC. So we can grow our own medicine and heal ourselves, or we can pay big corporations to.
I'm also not saying you can grow all your own medicine. Like if you have diabetes, please buy insulin. Please
Oh
do
yeah,
not
well
try to
yes,
treat.
of course, of
Like
course. I'm not.
this is a very specific instance where some things can be treated, some mild
Right,
discomfort can be treated with, really that's what it's used for, is painkillers. Like if you've
right.
got arthritis, maybe a little THC might help. Please don't smoke weed if you like have schizophrenia. Please take your medication.
If someone's over here and they're like, I got 20 different personalities, but I smoke weed, so I'm fixed.
So now I have
Like, well,
21
what'd you do last
personalities.
night? I don't know. I blacked out. It's like, well, can I talk to the other personality to figure out what they did? Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna fix that. But also opioids aren't either, so don't. I don't know. I just don't. I know people that got addicted to opioids and it like really messed them up.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
it's dangerous. Oof.
oh man, I
Wow.
really feel like this was an interesting episode. We've
This was
talked
a
bad about
weird
corporations,
episode.
talked good about drugs.
And
I feel
communism.
like I feel like I'm going a different direction with my life right now. Oh man. No, it's yeah. Wow.
We're both tired and exhausted, guys. Don't take anything we said today seriously at
Exactly.
all.
Exactly. Twitch, don't kick us off. Okay. Let our few viewers enjoy.
We're gonna end up on
Hopefully
Fox
enjoy.
News as like the dangerous radicals advocating for marijuana and
Actually,
communism.
I actually think that we'd end up on the news as like good people. Like, listen to what
Depends
these.
on which news network we were on, Josh.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
If we're on Vox, we're heroes. If we're on Fox, we're villains.
It's like that's a very distinct difference. Vox
Yeah,
and Fox. Like,
V and F.
which one you on? Which one you on? But anyway, video games are awesome. Cocaine's in certain coffees.
What have you been playing, Josh? I talked about Final Fantasy.
I haven't been playing much. The only game that I have been able to play is I've been playing Elden Ring with the spare time that I've had. So I've been going through different quest lines, doing what I do, and there's this one boss that's in the game, and his name's Astiel, and it's a big scorpion, freaky looking boss, super hard to beat. Spent a long time trying to fight this guy, finally beat him. Well, just a little bit ago, I was playing. After the kiddo went to bed, after the wife went to bed, I hopped on, started playing, and I'm like, oh look, and I had beat Astio a while back. I'm like, oh, this is a cool looking cave. I'm gonna go in this cave. Fought the these guys, fought this weird looking boss dude, but wasn't the main boss of the cave. Got to the boss store. And I'm like, all right. And I open the boss door, and there's that same scorpion, insert whatever word you want there, staring me in the face. And I was like, no! So I tried to beat him, couldn't beat him. Hopped on a Facebook group, and I was like, hey, I need help. Anybody want to help me out? This dude was like, hey, I got the perfect weapons to beat him. He's very susceptible to bleed damage. I'm like, okay, cool. He hopped in, beat the dude in like 5 minutes. And I was like, thank you. Like, it was an optional thing. It wasn't a huge necessary thing. So I usually try to solo as much as I can. I like
Right.
doing that. But for this one, I was like, I don't care. I don't care. It took me forever for the last guy. I don't care. So I went, beat him, and then this guy had on Facebook was fighting him and was like, I need help. I'm like, hey, well, I needed help too. Like, I'll help you out. Go to the side of the grace. He goes, oh, no, no, no. I'm at this area. I'm like, oh, you're fighting him for the first time. He's like, what? He shows up again. I'm like, oh, yes. Yes, he does. He's like, I hate this game. So then I helped him go back, and since I was a higher level than I was when I first fought him, we wiped the floor with him first try, went on to continue the quest. So he was really happy, but added him on Xbox, and so me and him had played we played for about 30 minutes.
Cool.
Just and that's one thing that's fun about games. Guy I've never met just hopped on, hit me up for a party invite. We talked, defeated a boss together, talked about the game, talked about lore, and then went our separate ways. So
It's kind of cool.
that's what games can do. They can bring you together, and just
That's
like
what
cocaine, like they bring you
games can
together, they make you
do.
have a good time. It's
Yeah.
great.
I wish I could meet random people on Xbox, but I'm too scared.
Well, I didn't meet him on Xbox. I met him through Facebook,
Oh,
and then yeah, but
oof.
you know how some people's voices don't match their like picture.
Appearance.
Yeah, so like this dude, big buff, black dude, looked really, just boom, and I'm like, yo, what's up, man? He goes, how you doing, bro? And I was just like, a little more high pitched than I thought. Like, but like, cool dude. But you get
You get a
a
you get a voice in your
voice.
head. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I keep talking about Zeal. I was talking to my wife about it. She described him perfectly. Just so you know, Zeal. She's like, I need to see a picture of this dude. I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm thinking like black hair, like somewhat tall, just like, maybe thicker eyebrow, like just, like she just describes you perfect. I showed her, she's like, that's exactly what I had it like picture. And I'm like, okay. Like it's
Weird.
some of these things crack me up. Like, because I've tried, I heard someone talk before and was talking about someone, or heard someone talking about someone, and I'm like, get a, how I think they look and talk. Met them, completely different. I think black hair, brown eyes, they come in, they're redhead and like, and I'm just like, oh, okay, like, not anything that, what I thought,
Anyway,
but oh gosh, keep going off on tangents. It's fun, but
yeah,
I've been
we
playing
gotta
other
wrap
games.
up. Also, okay, you know what? While we're at it, real quick, I know we've mentioned a couple times that we're shutting down YouTube. We realized that if we did that, there would be nowhere to watch the rest of the VODs in case anybody wants to watch it. I know most people like either tune in live or probably listen afterwards, but you know what? On the safe side, we're still going to be uploading the VODs. I'm just not going to be editing them anymore or making custom thumbnails just because that's not where most of our views come from. But if you ever want to rewatch stuff, they will be available on YouTube. They will just have the countdown and everything still put in. It was a lot of editing work for not a lot of return since most of our people tune in here or listen over podcast platforms. So we still
Well,
will be
and
posting to YouTube just the VODs.
just to put it out there, for everyone, and just to be just open, we usually get about 31 to 41 views on Twitch after the VOD goes live. Um, but we get, all of you guys tuning in now, anywhere from 5 to 10, 15 sometimes people watching live. So adding it all in, we get anywhere from 40 to 55 people watching videos through Twitch. YouTube, the past few weeks, we've gotten 3 views, 13 views, 5 views, 1 view. Like, it just doesn't. All of you guys watching here used to watch YouTube. and now you watch here. So there's no point in us continuing that, and
Right.
and putting a bunch of effort into it. So we appreciate all you guys watching here. It means a lot to us. Now the listeners are still up on the podcast. We still have
Yeah.
about 20 to 30 viewers on that. So we definitely are moving up, and so thank you all for just watching, listening. It definitely means a lot to us. And even
Mhm.
for the few of you that do watch on YouTube, we appreciate you. Thank you guys. Keep watching on YouTube. Maybe swing on over to Twitch. Kind of come that way, It'll maybe a little more fun experience for you guys. But
Yeah.
also continue getting excited for episode 50. We got some cool things coming up for that. Still really excited. Still really ready to pump some of that stuff out. So definitely tune in. Keep watching. Drink your coffee. Play lots of games till that comes out. So we appreciate you guys from the bottom of our hearts. We really, really
Seriously.
do.
Yeah.
You're the only drug we need. We don't need cocaine. We just need you. No, you are our crack cocaine.
Okay.
So
All right.
we're gonna leave it on that
Yep.
note, aren't we?
Yep. All
Okay.
right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for
Well,
joining.
thanks for joining. Drink lots of coffee. Don't do drugs. Despite everything we said here. And yeah,
Please don't.
we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.